Let's move on to a nightmare here, which is bad password habits, continuing with 53% admitting to using the same password. And guys, if that's what you're doing, please stop doing that.
Please stop.
Stop using the same password everywhere. How 53%.
Yeah, and we're all guilty of that, I suppose, to a certain degree. And, to preface this little segment, I'll apologize for our normal ranting about passwords, but it's hard for us not to bring up. And this, this particular link came from Tech Republic, which is a tech site that's more built for people who are in the business. For example, like me, people who make their living as a network engineer, network technician somehow. But it's a good site. Anyway, there's apparently a World Password Day. So there's a day for everything.
Burger Day,
World
all of
Burger
that.
Day, World Kale Day, World whatever it might be. But they're all kind of Hallmark card kind of days, I guess. But there is a World Password Day, and the whole idea of these kind of days is to help you focus on what's going on and on that particular thing. And one of the things that this brought out on World Password Day is that there's some new studies that 53% of people admitting they use the same password for different accounts. Now, let me tell you how we know that this is actually true. Most of these data breaches are more about credentials than they are about anything. So when you see that Equifax gets breached, some kind of a security breach, people in that case, they might be exploiting a lot of actual data. For example, your credit records. When Hilton Hotels gets breached, as much as usually what they're really getting there is usernames and passwords. What you used to log into your Hilton rewards or something like that. Okay. Now, here's why that's valuable. It's not so much, it's only partly valuable that the bad people can now see what you did at Hilton rewards. What they're able to make their money off of, and what the value of that is in the dark web of all these lists of passwords, is chances are really good whatever you use to log into Hilton rewards, you use it a lot of places. And so that's when they can, in an automated fashion, start banging away at banks and any number of things using those same credentials. And very often, those credentials will work because we're reusing credentials. You can almost tell if a nerd's a good nerd if he or she is bugging you about this, because we really need to. That's part of our role, is to bug you about this. It's like
all good nerds are obsessed with passwords.
It's like all good general practitioners rag on you about eating too much sugar, and right. That's how it's supposed to be.
It's for your technology health. Think of it that way.
It's for your technology
good
health.
Good passwords.
Your overall technology health. That's a good way to put it. So what we recommend always, we have, Ruthy will put a link in on the teamnerd.tech on our show notes back to one of the earlier episodes, and we talked about password managers. That's what I always recommend. I'm okay with online ones with the main ones because they can still be very secure. In the case of a online password manager, for example, LastPass, Dashlane, 1Password, Keeper.net, those are all good ones that we know and like. What you have to do there then is have a really nice long password that makes sense to you. A passphrase is perfect, nice and long. That's your master password. Then you don't need to remember all the other ones. So you don't need to reuse. You have an individual one at Hilton Rewards, and you treat Hilton Rewards or some forum, I Love Cats forum that you might go to, which is no big thing.
Have you been looking at my forums on my browser history?
Yes, I have access to all that. You know that, Ruthy.
Oh, man.
ilovecats.com forum, yes, Newsnet.
I'm a moderator. What can I say?
Yeah, right. Right. You gotta have to keep everything civil at the ilovecats.com forums.
Of course. It's a lot of work. Anyway, sorry.
Well, sometimes we think, though, that one doesn't matter, and it may not, but you still want to keep it unique because it's just too easy to fall into using the same one over and over again. And then that's going to expose you.
I want to say one more thing also about password keepers in terms of small business owners. And I have a small business as well that I work from home. I love my password keeper because I oftentimes will have freelancers coming in to work for me, maybe doing virtual assistance work or anything like that. And I can send an encrypted password, a one-time use password, or I can have them not see that password. I can send it straight to them through LastPass and share that with them. So they don't see it, but they can still use LastPass to access my things that I give them permission for. And then I can withdraw that permission when I need to. So if I have a virtual assistant who needs to do some things for me in, say, PayPal, I can send her all of my information for PayPal, but it's encrypted and she can't see it. And then she can then create invoices and everything, access my account, and then I can withdraw that permission as needed. So she can't get back into it and do anything. So it's not just for our own personal safety or consumer-based safety. It can be a really helpful thing in your business as well to use some sort of a password keeper like that.
That's a very valuable tip there, Ruthy. Very valuable tip. Yeah, thanks. So very good point there too. One more thing to add to World Password Day.
Happy World Password Day.
Happy World Password Day. Yeah. But that's really good advice. That's a nice little side benefit what you just mentioned there.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been very helpful for me.
I bet it has been.
It's worth every penny. You do have to have the paid version of LastPass, which is what I used in order to do that. But I could send passwords to my husband too if he doesn't remember how to access, say how to log into our children's tuition portal. I can just send that to him and he can use it to scooch in there and get forms or pay a bill or anything like that he needs as well. So I don't have to say then, okay, capital X, little I, dash dash. I don't have to spell that out for him. And it's, you're saving yourself that time and you're also keeping your stuff a little bit more secure.
And it's still secure. Now, the paid password managers run anywhere from $25 to $45 a year.
It's not much.
It's not a huge amount of money and worth it for the backside risk that you actually have if you don't do it. So they're not real expensive. They're not $5 a year, but they're not $20 a month either.